Da 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 da. All the girls are girly, girly.
Are you overwhelmed because you don't really know what you want?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, do you get into like a more mellow,
Yes,
like
like
acoustic,
lo-fi.
like
Lo-fi.
it goes to
Yeah.
midnight. Something.
Oh.
What's the song? What does it mean?
It's iconic. It means crazy.
Like in a good way, or
Yeah, I would think so.
you have people are overwhelmed with their goals and people overcomplicate it. I find. I never heard of it before.
Really? You
What?
haven't heard of it?
No, but do you really know what you need? Do you really know what you want?
know.
Have you done the inner work? Have you sat down with yourself?
Oh.
In the dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ah. Cause this is thriller.
You realize like how much power you have and control you have on your mood and how you see yourself.
Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside.
I just woke up. Okay.
Happy 2025.
Happy 2025.
Do you have like this song of the year that you dedicate to yourself, or you haven't thought about it?
Crazy by Le Seraphim.
I agree.
Yeah.
What?
Have you heard that song?
No, can you sing?
Da 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 da. All the girls are girly, girly. Walking angel just like crazy.
I never heard of it before.
Really?
Okay,
You
what-
haven't heard of it?
No, but what does it mean?
It's iconic. It means crazy.
Like in a good way, or
Yeah, I would think so.
okay?
It's like a dance song, and I actually performed to it last year
where? Oh, on your
at
birthday.
the party. Yeah, on my birthday, on my
Okay.
30th birthday.
Should
So that's
we
why.
try and make that song this song for this episode?
Yeah, like in the background. like-
Yes.
What about you?
Yes.
What about you?
Oh, that's a good question. I tend to listen to a lot of motivational, inspirational
Yeah.
song.
What about last year, 2024?
Oh, last year. Oh my god, I'm blanking out. I don't know. I'm like a
I-
person that just loves every genre. Like I don't have a specific genre that I like. What about you?
I like a lot of like acoustic songs, pop.
Like Filipino acoustic song or just like do you know any Filipino
no,
acoustic song?
no. Like when like you search for a song and then you like you just add acoustic or like guitar. It's usually just like adding that version.
Yeah, like say for
Like-
example, like if what's a good song that you can like a Michael Jackson song, say for example.
Yes.
Like what's a Michael Jackson song?
Thriller.
Thriller. Like make it into like a more mellow,
Yes,
like
like
acoustic.
lo-fi.
Like
Lo-fi.
it goes to
Yeah.
midnight.
Oh.
Something in the dark. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ah. Cause this is thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside.
I just woke up. Okay.
Listen, we're so off topic, but that was a great
That
intro.
was really good.
That was a great
That was
intro.
that was so fun.
We're gonna do the proper intro now.
Okay.
For today's guest is my lovable twin. I call you my twin because I feel like if I was gonna be a male in this lifetime, it would be you.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I really think so. But welcome back. We did an
you.
episode together and it was about you. Thank you for sharing your most vulnerable moments and serving as an inspiration to a lot of people. Thank you for watching the Camel Talks and continue to support it.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much. I'm so
you.
happy to be here.
Yeah. And what better way to start the new year with this topic that we're going to be talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So, as you know, people, not just me, I've gone through it too, and probably you as well, Will,
Mm-hmm.
has gone through episode of this is what I'm gonna achieve this year,
Mm-hmm.
and then we kind of fall through.
True.
So we're gonna be talking about how you can sustain your goals and achieve them,
Yes.
right? Because life happens, and
I know.
it's a matter of how do you get back to the wagon, sort of
Yeah.
thing. So, did you had
Mm-hmm.
time to assess? I know it's early, but maybe you had time to assess what you want to do, what you want to achieve this year, like, and how you want to
Mm.
approach it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you had a specific, like, how you're gonna tackle it?
Um, I feel like last year, the way I tackled it was very like I'm going to handle it, and I didn't really have expectations last year,
Mm-hmm.
and last year just got so crazy like a whirlwind. And so because of that, I felt like I felt very lost with when things like changed. There was a lot of changes last year with just the trajectory of the world and like
Mm-hmm.
friends, family, etc. Good and bad.
Right.
So this year, I feel like I want to have at least like a little bit of a goal, like an intention,
Mm.
so that when, not to say I'm prepared, but I'm like equipped with how I'm feeling.
How you're gonna
Yeah.
approach it,
Yeah, like
almost.
having that intention, setting that
Mm.
mindset so that whatever does happen, I
You're,
don't feel so lost.
and you're able to get back.
Exactly. Yeah. I
So,
think it's a matter of what my intention should be. That's like not
mhm.
too unrealistic.
I love that you brought that up because time and time again, you've set up a goal and you have people are overwhelmed with their goals and people overcomplicate it,
Mm.
I find.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm speaking for myself, but like with experience and of course probably for a lot of people, is the fact that are you complicating it? Are you overwhelmed because you don't really know what you want?
Yeah. I could see that.
Like, do you really know what you need? Do you really know what you
I
want?
know.
Have you done the inner work? Have you sat down with yourself and be like, Abby, what are my inner values? What do I really care about?
Right.
Are all the other things I did in 2024 actually meant something to me?
Yeah.
Where did I spend my time? How did I spend it? Who did I spend it with?
With
Does it reflect the values that I want to live or the values that I want for myself?
period.
What do you think? Like, I feel like people complicate it because there's so many noise. Like, social media is number one.
I know.
Like, your friend could be, well, my friend is doing this, so I should probably be doing that as well.
Mm.
But is that really something you want?
I know.
Or like your neighbor is doing it or your coworker is doing it? Like,
Yes.
what does Will want? Like, what does
Exactly.
Abby want? You
Yeah.
know?
The comparison is real.
Yeah. So, and the fact that people set this goal and then you feel over like this big goal
Mm-hmm.
and you feel so overwhelmed
Overwhelmed.
and you're just like, well, I'm just not gonna do it because I failed and
Yeah.
like I went out of my direction and I'm just gonna continue to live like that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I see that a lot, but
Mm.
my motto for this year is be compassionate.
Oh, I like that.
Be compassionate, like you're human, like you're
Mm-hmm.
allowed to live, you're allowed to learn.
Yeah.
What matters is how you get back.
Yeah.
Like just pick yourself up. It's okay. Like, but
I
don't
love
judge
that.
yourself. I judge myself a lot,
Oh, really?
and yeah, and I'm done. I'm done
Mm.
judging myself.
Like when you say judging yourself, what do you mean?
Like as a creative,
Mm.
you have all these things that you want to achieve,
Mm-hmm.
and the problem with that is,
What's the problem
as you know,
with
that's why
it?
I'm telling
What's
you,
wrong with it?
you're the male version of me. Had I been a male,
No way.
no, like I
No
swear,
way.
like I really
You don't
feel
say.
I'm gonna start calling you a twin from now on.
Okay, twin.
Okay, twin. Okay, wait, what was the question? Thriller. Hey, that was good.
Thriller.
Na,
That was so
mm,
funny.
mm.
No, what did we were
Okay, what was
talking
your question?
about like
How do you
the
judge yourself?
themes. Yeah, why you judge yourself. Like why
No,
you
because I feel like as a
as a
creative, I have
creative.
all these projects that I want to do,
Mm.
and because I overwhelm myself too much, I don't end up doing what I'm supposed to do with this one project. Like, see, he's laughing because
I'm
he
laughing because it's
knows.
true. I'm laughing it
Yeah,
because it is
yeah.
true.
And I find that too with our cultural background. I'm not saying all Filipinos, a lot of Filipinos have this like sense of like, I need to achieve, achieve, achieve.
Mm.
And being first generation, you almost want to prove something all the time.
Mm.
Um, like I feel like it's accumulation of everything, like your
Yeah.
cultural background, your sense of self, and like your personality.
Yeah.
So I find myself just like judging myself a lot. But
Mm.
honestly, this year I'm gonna take a step back and be like, if I
Good.
don't achieve A, B, C, D, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be like, girl, it's okay. You have a roof over your head. You have a job.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that care about you. You have your health.
Yes.
It's okay if things are not like 100%. It's okay to go back and be like, I'm blessed. And
Yes.
just carry on. Like, if you go a little bit sidetrack,
Mm-hmm.
go back to the track, try again. Again, I'm going to keep saying this for the entirety of the episode, is how you get back to your track,
Get back
right?
to your track.
That's right. Don't linger. It's okay to be human.
Correct.
Feel what you have to feel, go through what you have to, because life happens. And you mentioned that earlier.
Mm.
How do I approach it when life happens and how do I get back to it,
Yeah.
right? So, anyways, what did you think of that?
I think that's really nice of you to say. Like, it's really honest for you to admit
Mm-hmm.
that you find yourself like judging yourself
Mm-hmm.
because that's already difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So good for you for like clocking that. Um, what's nice is like when you do step back, you realize like how much power you have and control you have on your mood and how you see yourself and how others perceive you. You
Mm-hmm.
don't realize just how much you influence yourself and others, your
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like a mindful way of approaching everything in your life.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I personally don't feel that energy from you
Like
always,
what
like
the
like a judgmental energy. Like you carry it
Oh.
very well.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like a
it's more like a to yourself.
it's like a deep seated
Right.
poison, to be honest with you.
You do a good
Yeah.
job of still pushing forward,
Yeah.
like that
Thank
duck,
you.
which is like swimming. And
But meanwhile, all the work is like below
right,
the water, and you're like,
yeah, you do a really
yeah.
good job
Thank
of doing
you.
that.
I must say the same for you. You've have had a
Oh,
lot of ups and downs last
thank you.
year, and I feel
I would
like,
say that we do that.
yeah, like, and I think too with our job being nurses, like we're just
Hmm.
this resilient bunch where we just kind of,
Yeah,
like
but I
back
think
up.
I think also with you talking about all of these things is also not always having to put that face, being real with others too, and being like, you know what, this is my boundary. I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling I need to step back and
Mm-hmm.
telling others that,
Are you
not
telling
just
me that?
yourself.
Are you telling yourself that too?
Maybe me too.
Will.
I feel like I feel like I am like my worst enemy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I can be hard on myself. Growing up in my mind, if I'm hard on myself, I'd rather be hard on myself than have someone else scold
Mm-hmm.
me. Or maybe because I'm the youngest in my family, like always hearing people tell me what to do, I'm always in that position of learning and respecting,
Yeah.
and
And there's nothing wrong with
nothing
that.
wrong with that.
It's just a matter of, okay, like, am I exhausted because of this?
Mm-hmm.
Should I take a step back and take care of
Yeah,
myself? And I tell you this over and over. And you know what? Like, you're gonna do it. It's a
yeah,
matter of, like I said, everything is embedded so deep in our system that it's
yeah.
like you have to unlearn. And I feel like Camo Talks talk about unlearning a lot of those habits that are
Yes.
so embedded in our system, like it's in like our
Yeah.
DNA, right?
And talking about things that not
Yeah,
everybody talks about,
yeah.
which is nice.
So I know our listeners right now are like curious. Okay, so how do I You guys talk about sustainability with your goals and how do I really achieve them. So don't lie to me, guys, if you say that you haven't had a goal and then you're like, okay, what happened to that 30 pounds I was going to lose? Right? So you've always, like, we're human, right? We
Yeah.
go through phases of like life and such.
Mm.
But upon my reflection this year, and I've actually been going through a lot of therapy for
Oh, good for you.
numerous reasons. But my therapist actually, if you guys, by the way, if you don't have a therapist, go see one. I really 100%. It's so emotionally and mentally healing. But so with that being said, I was just saying, like, how do I approach 2025 so that
Mm.
I make sustainable changes and not be judgmental with myself?
Okay.
So I developed this thing called Epe.
What? What you call me?
Excuse me. What you call
What
me?
was that? Who?
Sorry, it's my Filipino accent coming through.
Is that an abbreviation?
Yes. What did
Okay.
I say?
Epe.
No, no. Like, what did I say before abbreviation? Because I didn't say abbreviation. I said something else. I came up with
You came
this
up with this.
thing called EPE. Is that what I
Yeah.
said? Okay.
Yeah. What is
I
that?
meant to say abbreviation, but so EPE is EPPE.
Okay.
Okay. So what if you're watching right now?
Okay.
Have a pen and paper,
Oh yeah.
and you have
Get to
4
work.
steps. Get to work. Right?
Yes.
Get
Clock
to
in.
work.
Clock in.
Hey, we're here. We're not playing around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but listen, like 4 steps.
Okay.
How
clock
hard
it.
is 4 steps? You're like, okay, how hard is 4 steps?
Like-
It's pretty hard. It has some work to it.
Okay.
It has some work to it. Okay, so
Okay, so-
EPE. We're gonna call it EPE. First step is E, which is evaluate.
Oh, already evaluate.
You're
from the get-go.
evaluating.
Like-
You're not just gonna say, this year I'm gonna lose 50 pounds. This year I'm gonna find the love of my life. This year I'm gonna buy a mansion. You will sit down and evaluate what happened in 2024.
Okay.
What went well, what didn't go well,
Mm-hmm.
and all these things.
Okay.
Okay, so you've done that. Once you've evaluated this, what would Abby want to do? What would Abby want to achieve this year? Okay, and the reason why you want to go back is you want to know what went well last year
What
and
went
be
well.
able to use that and learn from your setbacks from last year.
Okay.
So, usually when you evaluate, you want to know your inner values.
Okay.
What do I value the most? Because, like I said, people complicate things, people get overwhelmed.
True.
We gotta achieve this. That. But what do you want? Like, what do you value in this life? So, for me, I value my health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
List 5 things that you care about. I value my health. I value my social circle, my family, nourishing those relationships. Third is loving my career
Yeah.
and learning to go through the ebbs and flows of, the challenges of your career.
Correct.
Fourth is have a business that I am
Yes.
passionate about, right?
Yep.
And fifth is leisure,
Right.
right? So if those are my main
Those are
values,
your values.
I know this is what I want. This will make me the happiest person, the most potential, highest potential version of myself
Mm-hmm.
that my Filipino's coming through. But you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I were to have this inner values,
Yeah.
if I were to have this inner values, this would make me the best human version of myself.
Okay.
So you have to be clear with that,
Okay.
because otherwise, the other PPE,
Yeah.
that's
Not-
like, oh my god,
oh my
oh my
gosh,
God.
you clocked it.
PPE.
Is it because of work?
No, it's
Like,
not.
where is it?
It's just so
Where-
coincidental. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Okay, I didn't plan
That's
this.
crazy.
No, but I didn't plan this.
You're
Nursing will never.
You
will.
need to take a break.
No,
Because-
nursing will never leave us. Honestly, PPE. What the hell? I just
Speak
realized
for
that.
yourself.
You've evaluated what you want. Okay.
Okay.
For a lot of people, this is hard. I had to dig deep, like I mean deep, to like figure. Okay, like I know what I want, but do you really?
Yeah.
Like, have you really sat down with yourself? Some people can stand silence and being with themselves.
Correct.
I don't know if you've heard this before.
I
I think you
personally,
mentioned
I
that.
personally don't like feel like that. Like I can be in the silence, but there's some people that can't. Like they need to run away. They have to do anything
Yeah,
else.
because they
Busy
don't
their
want to
life.
face
Don't want
their,
to face it. Yeah.
and
So
like if it means
it's
going
hard
through
for others.
therapy or like whatever you have to do, because that's step one. And if you can't do step one, how in the world are you gonna do step two, three, and four?
Well, they get along. They get away with it pretty well until you have to face yourself.
Which happens, on a daily basis,
Right.
and then you end
You
up presenting and
or you just end up
being miserable.
getting caught in a web of confusion,
That's right.
and you're
Ooh,
unsure what
that
are
should be
my
our
values
title.
because
Getting caught
you're getting so caught up in the web
of what you really want.
of all of the things that you're trying to convince others of, that
Ooh.
you actually are wondering, what do I actually believe in? Who am I? So,
Ooh, Will. I got
mm,
goosebumps when you
oh,
said. Ooh,
chills.
ooh, ooh,
This is
ooh.
just, I haven't even told you about my goals. So we're talking about your
I know. I'm
intentions.
sorry. I
But
keep
keep
talking about
going. No,
myself.
what is the, that was the second
Uh,
P.
yes. So,
The
so
first,
we've identified what we want
okay.
and what your inner values are. Okay.
Yeah.
And I,
Yes, yes.
right. So I'm not saying just me. If you're watching, that's your step one. Okay. I've identified what
Evaluate.
I want. What would make me a better person? What would make me love myself? What would make me the
Okay.
best version of myself? So those are my inner values. Step two is
The first P,
P, which is plan.
plan. Evaluate, plan.
Yes. So what do I mean by that?
Yeah.
Planning your schedule according to those inner values.
Plan based on the values.
Yes. So
Okay.
there's no confusion.
Correct. So in order to plan, you must know
Your values.
the values.
Right.
So you cannot get to planning.
If you don't know what you want to do.
Okay. So I feel like people will be stuck on one.
Yes. That's why I'm saying that's why I think that people will have the hardest time
Right.
trying to navigate step one.
Once you get past step one,
Yeah.
it will be more
Agreed.
straightforward.
100%. But
Okay.
wait till step four because it's gonna get
Oh,
interesting.
okay. So planning, you're gonna plan. What are we planning
Okay.
exactly?
So we're planning.
Okay,
So my
planners.
step one is, or my step one, one of my goals is focusing on my health.
Okay.
So you look at your
Smart.
week, and be like, how do I put my health in this week?
Okay.
You do your workout.
Yes.
Where do you put your meal prep?
Okay.
Where do you put your grocery? All those things. Like anything, where do you put your meditation? So these are non negotiable things
Mm.
that you have to do in order to achieve what you want.
Mm.
So you plan it according to that, and then you go number two, and then you go number three goal, number four goal, and number five goal.
Mm.
So it goes from your most important to the least important. Why?
Okay.
Because you're able to prioritize your calendar that way.
Okay, so that's leading into what I was thinking of my intentions, because yours was talking about, what was yours again? What was your intention?
Oh, like
Compassion. That was what you
yeah,
said. Be compassionate.
yeah.
That
So
was your intention for the year.
that's right.
So for mine, intention for the year is to prioritize, is to hold on to
Ooh.
my priorities.
Okay.
Because that is what I struggled with a lot last year. What did I keep as my priority? And it changed a lot as the year progressed.
So do you find that step one will help you achieve that?
Yeah, I agree. Because then I can really step back, evaluate, what did I prioritize more last year? What did I end up not prioritizing? Because I think that's it with me, is like, there's all of these things in my life that I care about, but there's so many. Which one should be important? Which one am I ignoring? Which one am I like, oh, it's okay?
Yeah.
And then other ones I'm like, I really need this to happen.
I'm so glad you brought that because
Yeah.
that is step three.
That is the second P?
We've already talked about second P.
Oh.
What you just spoke about is the third P
Oh.
or third P, the third
There's
step,
a third P?
which is the second P. Too much
Third
P's.
step, second P.
Right. So EPA, EPPA.
Wake up,
Sorry,
everyone.
EPE, EPPE.
Yeah.
I'm still
Right.
developing this
So
program.
evaluate, plan, Prioritize?
Nope.
Uh,
Pick.
Pick.
Mm-hmm. So you actually, I'm glad you brought that up because you were like, I'm not prioritizing. So sometimes when you fill your calendar,
Mm.
you go, okay, so my 5 goals are in my calendar.
Okay.
But sometimes life happen and like you do things that are not really your values. So that's
Mm.
when you pick
Pick.
what you're supposed to pick and
Okay.
weed out what doesn't belong there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you evaluate, you plan, and
Mm.
then you pick.
And then you pick.
So picking step 3 is almost like a daily thing. You're always
Okay.
picking your inner values. So if a friend called you and be like, "Will, you're off today, right? I want a cup of coffee. Like, do you want to just like hang out for like 3-4 hours, whatever?"
Yes, I love coffee.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you said yes,
Yes.
but
Yes. Always yes.
you went back to your calendar and be like, "Shoot, I'm supposed to work out today." So so
Clock
what
it.
just happened?
I did what I always do, which is double book myself.
That's it. See? So that's when step 3 come into place.
Ooh, like, you gotta comfort me like that.
No,
Woo!
but
Wake
like, see,
up.
I'm glad you brought it up
It's
because
true.
things
No, it's
add
true.
up on your list, and you're like, well, I just neglected my first inner value, which is to work on my health, and that was already in my calendar.
True. True.
I don't know.
No,
Anyways,
it is true. I think a big reason what connects me with adjusting my choices and priorities is like the intention that I have with the person. So like if I'm very close with this person or I don't see them often or I really care about them,
yeah,
I will bump them up to above my priorities just as like a personal choice. Like
yeah,
I really like this person. I want to spend time with them. I don't want them to feel like I don't prioritize them. So I do that. However, the inevitable truth is all of the other choices bump
that's
down.
right. But don't get me wrong. If your friend needs you, like if there's something going on, like, Will, I really need to talk to you. Like, I'm
Mm,
not saying don't be present, like, don't be there.
mm,
But if your inner values, if your friends are a part of your inner values,
mm-hmm.
you would have already planned that calendar so that they're in there somewhere,
Right. That is a big core of
right?
my inner
So whether
values.
that means meeting them once a month,
True.
right? Like, and of course emergency happens. So like that's nothing
Mm,
we can't control.
mm,
But what I'm saying is if this person is already part of my inner circle
mm,
and friendship is what I value, I usually put meeting friends like at least once a month to
mm.
reconnect and because you know what, time flies like you wouldn't believe, and you're like, oh my god, when's the last time I spoke to you?
Yeah.
Like 6 months ago. Like that's awful. So if your priority
True.
is nourishing those relationship, you should have a calendar
Yeah. My
to
calendar
as
full.
as annoying as that sound. Like I'm never really a planner. Creatives are like, let's do it. Like let's just go.
Mm.
But I believe creatives should have a planner
Yeah.
because it gives you structure, it gives you direction, it gives you plan,
Yeah.
opposed to just like, okay, let's go. So
Correct.
even if somebody calls you and be like, I just want to grab a cup of coffee and you're supposed to go to the gym, kindly say, you know what, I would love to, but what
Or we can.
after? You read my
Wow.
mind. Are you
And
are you
that's.
liking this?
Yeah. I like that goal. I was talking to my best friend about it in terms of like the having that mindset, prioritizing that goal or that value, and then like you can still have those things that you want to do, care about, that you want to do,
Yeah, you're not
but
saying
still
no.
putting yourself first. And like I think that's
Yeah.
what my issue has been last year is I would just drop everything to see my friend or to be going to XYZ event. And now this year I want to prioritize myself and still have all of those things.
Yeah.
Doing it first, going
Yeah.
to gym first, and then seeing
Yeah.
my friends, going to events,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Because they're still important, but like always go back to your whys. Always go back to your inner
Mm,
values and be like, is this serving my values right now?
true.
And can it wait?
Yeah.
Right? Because life will happen. Like I said, that's part 3 is pick,
Right.
and this is a daily thing. Pick you.
Daily
Always
pick.
pick your
Pick
values.
yourself.
Always pick your values. So
Pick yourself.
right. And the last,
Okay, so we're on the last. We're on the last, everyone.
the last one is not so cute, but
Oh.
the last one is not
Oh.
so cute.
And why is that?
Ooh. Or Alexa wants to join the conversation. Stage 4 is not so
Stage
cute.
4?
Part 4. I don't know.
What is with you and these hospital-related themes? What is up with you? Okay,
I'm
what is
sorry.
number 4?
I tend to pick words that are very familiar to me.
Not stage 4. Not.
Part 4.
Thank you.
Is part 4 better or step 4?
Number 4. Step 4.
Step 4. Step 4 is, you ready for this? Drum roll. Execute. Bakit?
Execute?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So like you've evaluated, you've planned, you've picked. Now
And
it's
then
time
fol-
to execute.
Execute.
Period.
Yes, period. And what does that entail?
That entails fulfilling those things in your calendar
Okay. That you've picked
that you've picked.
and actually doing them.
Yeah, because those are your inner values.
Correct. I think that is great, especially for me, because I love to plan and write things down. Oh my gosh. I love to write things down. And do I execute them? Maybe not. And that's very unrealistic because sometimes your intentions, oftentimes for me, I have good intentions, but then for some reason, I don't execute them. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this, this, this. I'm always like that. When I'm at work, in my head, I'm like, hey, what am I going to do when I wake up? What am I going to do on my days off? I'm going to go do this, 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 this. My list is huge.
Yeah.
And then what do I do? What do I do? I
But
don't get them all done.
are everything on your list though part of your inner values?
Yeah, I would say
They
so.
are.
I would say so.
Okay. So
It's
is
very
there
similar
something
to
you
yours.
can reschedule?
And I think it's all a matter of those priorities. Because the thing is, you can set up your inner values, but when life happens, other things get added on that you don't realize. Things change.
So then you go back to step 1.
You have
You
to
evaluate.
go back. You have to go back. So it is a cyclical process.
Yes.
It's not like a start finish.
No, you
It has
always,
to be
if life throws you
always.
off, okay, evaluate. What's the next one? Plan. Then you pick and then you execute.
Okay. Efe.
I promise I didn't copy this
Efe.
off of Google.
No.
I
this is
just developed
all-
this in the shower this
is
morning.
Camus.
Yeah.
This is all Camus.
I need
You
to
should
patent.
make a shirt. Yeah, make
Yeah.
a shirt. Epe.
Epe.
Okay, I'm happy with that. That's really
'Kay.
good.
What do you think?
So this
Good?
is a framework for intentions, sorry, or framework for daily
It's
goals.
like the 4 steps.
yeah, what is this used for?
It's
This
used so
is-
that you can achieve your best life this year.
Okay. So
'Cause
this is a
then-
framework that we should include
Yeah.
for our life this year.
Yeah, like it includes your goals, it includes your values, it includes everything. Like,
So for the viewers that were writing down, their step 1 is to write down their values so that
That's
they
part
can
of your evaluation.
evaluate.
Yeah.
Evaluate and write down your values. You said 5, at least 5?
you can write as many as you want because then step 3 will kick in and be like,
And
what
then you
is
would-
th-
okay,
that's
so
when you
start by writing as much
that's
as
when you pick. Remember, step 3
Right.
is
So
picking.
write as many
you
things as
pull
you
things
want.
out that are like, oh, why did I even write that here? It's not even
True.
like you just pull it out.
Right. And
Yeah.
then the second one, plan your schedule around the values.
That's right. Ooh, Will is getting it.
And then third, pick the values or pick what?
Pick the most
pick the
that
most
means something to you.
important and then
Yeah,
execute.
because again, your values could be like 20. right? And then, okay, is this realistic?
Right.
Like, that's
Right.
why I go with 5 because I feel like people
Mm.
should know their top 5 and prioritize those.
I
Like, I
feel
mean, there
yeah.
could be a trail of other ones, but
Right.
like, do I have the capacity
Right.
to
And
do that?
I feel like people could also get stuck on the third one, which is pick, because they won't, like, if there's so much, you get overwhelmed.
That's why you pick.
And then people get stuck on the last one, execute, because you don't actually end up doing it. So what happens? What can you do, or what can
Yeah.
you speak on for strategies to
Mm-hmm.
help execute this goal, these framework?
What can you do to execute?
Like if you're in a block during these steps,
Mm-hmm.
like what can you do to help?
So there are different types of blocks.
Mm-hmm.
There are blocks that, okay, I can absolutely do that for whatever emergency reason, or like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're just emotionally you can't. So obviously you're allowed to rest. But like I said, it's a matter of getting back to it. But the first thing, and I know it's hard for people to hear it, but it's showing up. Like, just show up.
Show up.
There's so much blocks.
Show up.
You block
Ooh.
yourself. Hey, you block yourself a lot and you don't even
Stop.
realize it.
Oh my gosh.
I know. This is
Mine's a little bit more wobbly than yours. I see. I see.
you can
That's
just hold
alright.
just hold it, Will. What?
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, we block ourselves a lot and we don't even realize.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
like there's so many blocks. What are the strategies? First you show up, and even if you
Show up.
don't want to, just show up.
Show up even if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
of course,
really hard for me.
and of course,
That's
you
my
have
challenge.
to, like, am I just not showing up because I'm exhausted? Like, am I just not showing up? Like, what are your reasons for not wanting to show up? Sometimes it could just be like an inner deep seated belief that you're not deserving of things, or
Mm. Or not believing in
well
yourself.
well like I've done this last year and it didn't really work, and like you have this like belief of like I'm just like a failure, like I can't really achieve this. So a lot of the times it has a lot to do with how you perceive your
Perceive
capacity to
yourself.
achieve. So if, say, today I was supposed to go to the gym, but like I'm still laying on the couch, like I can't even get up, show up.
Just go.
Just go. Don't even
Just
think about
go.
it. Don't let your emotions just go. Even if that
That's my
means
challenge.
like looking cute, pick like a cute outfit
Find reasons.
to, like, yeah, like today I really had a big block of like I was supposed to do this workout and I did. I'm so glad I showed up. And you know what flipped
Mm.
at that time of me saying, oh, maybe tomorrow, is I was like, I'm gonna get up, put a nice outfit on, and do this hair
Mm-hmm.
with the pin back hair
Okay.
and braided
Okay.
and braided,
Okay.
put some earrings,
Yes.
and use my cute bottle of water.
Yes.
Little things
Little
that
things.
would motivate you to go.
To go.
And
That's a good idea.
don't think of it as like, oh, like I'm being punished. Like, no, isn't that part of your inner value?
True.
Think of it as an enjoyment, as something that you're
Mm-hmm.
doing for yourself.
I think a lot of the reasons for me personally why I struggled with that last year was because myself was a very low on my priority list, which led to me not valuing going to the gym, sleeping longer, having more time for home, and like, these are things that I realized at the end of the year when I evaluate. I actually should have put those higher up.
Mm-hmm.
And I've now had these bad habits last year where I just put it off or think I'll
Mm-hmm.
eventually get to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the opposite of what we should be doing, which is showing up even if you don't want to or you don't think you have
Yeah.
time. Just show up.
That's why I feel like step 1 and step 4 are the most
Mm.
difficult, because
Yeah, I agree. The
like,
execute part is actually
yeah.
the most hardest for me
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
really struggle with, I get in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, oh, I'll get it all done. I'll do
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
it's like, just stop
No.
thinking about it
And
and
just
just
go.
do it.
And a lot of the
Just
times,
show up.
yeah.
Like,
And you
come
know what?
on.
A lot of the times you show up and you're like, okay, now I can, I'm going.
Yes. And
Like,
you feel so much better.
you just show up and like everything will just do itself.
Yeah.
Like, You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's just so much blocks and like false information that you're giving yourself that will create a block for you.
Now, if you
Mhm.
show up as a creative, and you have a lot of creative things
Mhm.
that you're showing up for.
Mhm.
What like when you are creative and showing up, are you how can you manage all of that? Are those steps you're also going to be incorporating when you're
Mhm.
like doing the one creative thing, the second creative thing? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
You always go back to your
You
step
have to
1.
keep going back.
You always evaluate,
You always
you
need to.
always plan and you pick
Okay.
and then you show up.
And it's okay to not always show
Mhm.
up for everything.
No, be compassionate to yourself. Like I know we talk about showing up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Yeah.
If you want to achieve all those things, step 1,
Mm-hmm.
you have to show up. But we're people.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to rest. I'm exhausted today.
Yeah.
Like and I listen to my body a lot now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like if I'm physically unable to, I just say, you know what, today's gonna be a rest day. It's
Wow.
fine.
That's really good.
It's fine. I
Good
don't
for
judge
you.
my. I don't. You. It will come back where you like start to judge. Okay, why am I not like stop? Because you will get back to it.
True.
Just give yourself permission to rest.
Yes. Don't
It's
be so hard on
okay.
yourself.
No, like a lot of the times it's you holding Will. It's me holding Abby down.
Absolutely.
Like be intuitively aware of your body, your physical health. Like just be like, okay, what do I feel today? Like I just did a 12-hour shift last night.
I did.
I'm
And here we are.
exhausted. You know what? I know I wanted to go to the gym, but
And I'm going right
I'm
after
gonna give
this.
myself. Oh, showing up.
I told myself that
Okay, there you go.
because I told myself this year if I have an event with a friend, if I'm seeing a friend, if I'm doing something, I need to find a way to incorporate having some fitness.
Hmm.
I'm a part of some weddings this year and I really want to look my best.
And I hope you're doing it for yourself too.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
also I as you can tell, like I often am thinking about others, but I'm trying to reframe it about me. Like
Good.
I want to show up to the gym so I have a better
Mhm.
habit, so I can
Yeah.
have that
Yeah.
motivation. A lot of it was like appeasing to my friends or to show others, oh, I can
Yeah.
do it. But it's
Yeah.
like I really need to have a better relationship with myself and like
Mhm.
my self-talk.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
because a lot of the time I'm like, oh, like I don't know if I have what it takes, and I like doubt myself, and then I surprise myself. I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, I really do have what it takes,
Yeah.
and I was just in my
Yeah.
head.
And honestly, we're more productive people if we have minimal things to achieve.
Hmm.
Like if we have
Less is more.
realist, that's right.
Less is more.
Like you have to be realistic,
I
right? Like I know
know.
you mentioned about being a creative. Like I
Yeah,
want to finish this project. Meanwhile, there's already something brewing, and that
I
you
know.
know, like you have to be realistic because I feel like too with the podcasts and all these things that I want to achieve.
Yeah,
Sometimes I get so overwhelmed, and I'm like, oh my god, like can I really do this? Like all these thoughts in your head.
yeah, delusional.
Yeah,
Not you.
basically, like the theme of this song, crazy.
Yeah, yeah, that's me. Yeah, because I felt delusional a lot last year. Like,
Oh,
hence the crazy.
yes.
I felt like I was going crazy. Like,
See?
and sometimes
So crazy should have been the
crazy.
soundtrack of last year,
Yeah.
not this year,
No,
okay?
no, no, no.
Okay, that was
We haven't
last
said
year.
that. No, we
Okay.
haven't said this
Okay.
year yet.
Okay, fine.
Last year was crazy.
Okay.
Last year was really crazy. And yeah, I was
Yeah.
really just
Yeah.
not. I feel like I am more idealistic than realistic, and my partner is more realistic,
Yeah.
and we balance each other
That's
out.
right. Same with my
Sometimes you
husband.
need to have some dreamers.
Sometimes you need someone to
You
step out you out of your
right. You need
world.
people that are grounded,
Yeah.
but other people who are
Mhm.
imaginative to help pull them and be,
Yeah.
you know,
You and me, like I said, like you would be my male counterpart if I was a male.
yeah.
Because I feel like
I love
we're
that.
like the same people,
Very
and like
similar.
I'm so happy that our partners balance.
Oh,
us,
yeah.
you know, like, and we're
I'm
not just
happy.
in La La Land all the time.
Absolutely. Very
But
complimentary.
yeah. So I hope that was helpful for you guys.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
it wasn't, it was helpful for me.
Yeah. I feel like I was giving you a session, like a therapy
Yeah.
session, huh?
Yeah. You really clocked me for a sec. But the thing is, that's the thing. That's what helps me is like when my friends are real with me,
Mm-hmm.
because I am such like a dreamer or like a person who thinks I have all this time, etc. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
I love when my friends are real with me and they say
Yeah.
like, Will, that's really not it. Like, don't do that. Or like, do
Yeah.
you really think you have time
Yeah.
for that?
Yeah.
Or you should really be doing this
That's
instead.
right.
And I love when that's what I realize my real friends are a real
Mm-hmm.
circle is people who see me and see my potential
Love it.
and they see me objectively, not just subjectively, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
listen,
And they don't sugarcoat.
right.
They
I love it.
tell you straight, no chaser.
Like, as much as I appreciate sugarcoating,
Yeah.
it's a hard word to say. Like, supportive friends.
Yeah.
I love friends that are also grounding,
But also realistic.
realistic. Yeah. Because you still need friends that are gonna hear you out and support
Of
you.
course. Yeah.
But there's a difference between being supportive and being helpful.
Mm.
Because you can support somebody and not
Mm-hmm.
help them.
Mm.
But right? Do you see what I mean?
Oh, that makes sense.
Because,
Yeah.
like, I feel like I am a very supportive person, but I am striving to be a more helpful person for myself
Mm.
as well. Because I support myself in my life, but I want to help myself too,
Ooh.
right?
See how words change? Like it
Yeah.
can mean something else.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I don't think when my friends are like telling me what to do, scolding me, etc., I don't think of that as negative
Like a bad thing. Yeah.
because they really wouldn't do that if they didn't care about
They
me.
mean well.
Exactly.
And they want to support you
And
and see the best version of you.
yes, and a
Yeah.
part of it,
Yeah.
if people are quote unquote like telling you what to do,
Mm-hmm.
some people may take that
As a
as like, oh, what do you know? They can take it negative.
right.
For me,
Yeah.
I try not to think like that.
That's good. That's a good
Because
trait to have. That's a good mindset to have.
it's bad to be resistive to your friends.
Mm-hmm. You have to be open.
And even if they don't know the story, they don't know your epe. They may not know your epe. But you should still hear them out. I think you still should.
Yeah.
It's important. I think it is important. And I'm learning to listen to others to help me listen to myself. I don't have to follow what everyone is telling me,
No.
but I think it's still good to have an outside perspective.
Right.
Because sometimes I get in my head a lot. I need to hear somebody else. And that's always how I built my life. I think that's why I struggled before with like letting other people potentially like influence my decision. But now it's just a matter of I'm still doing what I'm gonna do,
Right.
but I'm gonna hear you out because I care about you. But I'm still gonna stick to my
Yeah.
epe, my
Yeah.
my plan.
Yeah. At the end of the day,
Right.
you
It's
are
not-
your own driver.
Right.
And everyone else are supporting actress, supporting actress.
Exactly.
You're the main actor of your own life. So
This year is my main. But I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
hold
supportive.
you. I'm gonna hold you on that. I'm gonna check in on you.
And you
be
were
like,
this year. You were your
how
main.
is your epe?
How's your epe?
I'm gonna be checking on you quarterly. Quarterly.
Quarterly. I like that. I like the
Like,
quarterly.
okay, how's the epe going? Talk,
right.
right?
Right. And you as well. We're
Yeah,
gonna work
let's
on
do it.
your epe.
Let's
We're
do
gonna work
it.
on your compassion.
Yeah, get an accountability buddy. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's true.
Tell them what I'm telling you guys. You know, if there's somebody you know that could benefit from this, like, oh, this person can, I'm gonna send this link.
At the end
Yeah.
of the day, that relationship is with you.
That's right.
Don't burn yourself out.
There you go. You're the main actor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a few things before we wrap up, guys. I just want to promote Ronville Studio.
Oh.
And their beautiful creations.
Yes.
They create their own mugs, plates. What else do you create, Will?
We make a lot of crafts. We
Mhm.
love making things. my boyfriend, my partner, and I.
Mhm.
We are named Ron Will Studio. We're
Mhm.
based in Hamilton. We're local. We haven't made it there yet. One day, manifest it.
Hey, 2025, it's
right?
part of your step one, evaluate.
My side business is a part of my values, and I do want to spend more energy and priorities on there.
Harness your creative
Yeah,
side.
we make a lot of mugs. We make a lot of ceramic pieces. We also make crocheted pieces, necklaces. Just a lot of like
anything.
a lot of really lovely
yeah.
things.
And show them,
made from
show
the
them
heart.
your mug.
Oh, this is one of the
Yeah.
mugs.
Yeah.
Really pretty. Has like flowers all over it. We make it at home, and we fire them in a local kiln service.
So we're gonna be seeing more at Bromwell Studio this year.
Yes,
More
yes.
products to come
My
out.
goals this year is to make more, is to try markets.
It's gonna be an exciting year.
Oh,
I already feel this year is something different. So
I agree.
if you guys haven't heard yet, I also run the Camo Shop, who was the beginning of Camo Health.
Yes.
And I would like to let you know that I do have products. I have bracelets, I have gemstones. If you want to check out my website, it is down below.
Oh, yes.
So you can please subscribe and follow us at the Camo Shop, the Camo Health, and at Ronville Studio. And once again, guys, I hope you liked this episode today. I absolutely enjoyed it. It's
Me
it's
too.
like therapeutic. I feel like we were in a therapy
Oh, I
session.
had fun. I had so much fun.
Oh,
I
but
loved it. Thanks for having me.
thank you. Happy New Year, guys. Will is probably gonna be our regular guest, like for
Oh.
sure, for sure, for sure.
And I'm that. And I'll be right here.
Yeah, I'm here to do episodes quarterly.
Oh.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
good. That's
I like
good.
that. I like that.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.
thank you.
And have a good New Year.
Bye.
Peace.